Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about why so many women experience a decline in libido. And sure, sexual desire is one of life's greatest joys, and it's a powerful expression of both connection and vitality. But for so many women, the sparks begin to fade somewhere along the way. And sure, hormones do play a role, absolutely, but it is a piece of the puzzle, and it's a part of a much bigger, more nuanced story. So hopefully today I can shed some light on some of those contributing factors, help you realize that it's not just your hormones, and help you hopefully restore some of that sexual desire. Okay, so let's start with biology. These are some of the key biochemical shifts that can impact a female's desire. First off, we have estrogen decline. This leads to vaginal dryness, reduced blood flow, and discomfort, especially around perimenopause and menopause. Then there's lower testosterone. Yes, women need it too. It helps with arousal, motivation, and dopamine production in the brain. Chronic stress and high cortisol. These hormones suppress your sex hormones and mess with neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. Then there's thyroid dysfunction. Low thyroid hormones can make you tired, down, and disinterested. And then there's neurotransmitter imbalances. So dopamine fuels desire, but too much serotonin, like with certain antidepressants, can put on the brakes. So when a woman is overwhelmed, disconnected from herself, or even feeling emotionally unsafe, it's not just low libido, folks. It's that she and her body is completely out of sync. But here are the parts that we don't talk about enough: the emotional, the relational, the lifestyle factors, all of which play an important role, if not more, than hormones. And look, here's the thing. You don't feel sexy when you don't feel valued. You don't feel sexy when you're cleaning toilets. You don't feel sexy when you're changing diapers. And you don't feel sexy when you've been working all day long and only at the end of the day, when it's time to sleep, you finally can rest. So here are other factors and the things that you may be struggling with that are also impacting your desire. There's chronic stress, mental load, and always being quote unquote on, emotional exhaustion, and touch fatigue, lack of time for rest or hobbies, relationship tension or unspoken resentment, feeling invisible or unappreciated, having a negative body image and self-judgment, guilt around prioritizing pleasure, poor sleep, or caregiver burnout, and a lack of autonomy. Okay, so let's talk about some actionable steps that you can take today to help increase your libido and start finally feeling better. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the hormones. So a few things that you can do, and there's so many things that you can do, honestly, but these are a few things that you can do. First off, increasing testosterone naturally by strength training, okay? Consuming healthy fats like your salmon, nuts and seeds, as well as avocados. And then making sure you're getting good quality sleep, considering stress management. And then remember, your environment plays a significant role. So things that you're exposed to, toxins, chemicals, plastics, there's so many things. So you can actually go over to the environmentalworkinggroup.org. They have a ton of information on this. Definitely go over there if you'd like to learn more, because a lot of the things that we're exposed to are what we call endocrine disruptors. And what they do is they go into the body, they go into those hormone receptors, and they wreak havoc on your body and your endocrine system. And then we want to nourish our body and mind with self-care. So first of all, making sure to schedule time for yourself regularly, okay? And then build your body confidence. So yes, building muscle, exercising is really important, but things like yoga and Pilates are really awesome too. Think of breath work, like meditation, somatic therapy to help restabilize and reset your nervous system. And then improving on relationship dynamics. So first off, open communication. And look, here's the thing. When was the last time you went on a date? When was the last time you and your significant other had time alone? And look, I'm guilty of it just like everybody else. It's hard. I'm married, I have kids, and I work. There's a lot going on in our lives. And so it's really hard to just find time, just to be alone with my husband. So I know it's hard for everyone. But that's where a lot of things can go wrong as well. And so another thing that you can do too is making sure that you are engaging in non-sexual touch as well. Hand holding, cuddling, hugging. These are all very important because this helps you to feel safe and more closer with your significant other. So address emotional health. So seek support for trauma or emotional blocks. Use a journal to express your inner desires. And then also remember to set aside some of that guilt and just allow yourself to feel pleasure. So lifestyle shifts that can support desire. First off, try something new. Do something adventurous. Go on a date. Be present. So this is hard. It's hard to slow down and just live in the moment. I know, I'm guilty of this. I'm planned like 3 months in advance. And so our minds are always in the future. Yes, all of you women. So sometimes it's okay to be spontaneous and just let things go, okay? And lastly, cut that alcohol out, okay? I don't mind a little bit of alcohol here and there. It's totally fine. But too much alcohol consumption is going to destroy your mood and your desire. So can supplements help? Okay, yes, absolutely they can help to an extent. But remember, if you're not addressing all the things that I mentioned, no supplement is going to help you. Now, if you are going to take a supplement, you do need to talk to your healthcare provider, as some supplements may not be appropriate for you. But consider things like maca root for libido and energy, also ashwagandha for stress. But hey, you can just drink chamomile tea, and there's so many other things that you can do. Also consider things like omega-3s, magnesium, maybe even zinc. And then lastly, for those, especially in the postmenopausal years, things like DHEA might be helpful, but this you cannot dose and supplement on your own. You do need a medical, advice for that. So hopefully this helps. Talk to your doctor for more information. So a woman's libido isn't something that's broken that needs to be fixed. It's a signal, it's a reflection of your life, of how you're feeling, and if your emotional, mental, your relationship needs are being met. And so when you address all of these issues, not just hormones, right? That just plays a very small role. But when you address yourself as a whole person, you start to get in the mood again. So I hope this helped. And if, of course, you have any questions, I did link an article about this topic below, and it goes into far more detail, and hopefully this will help you. And if you do have any questions, just reach out. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, just type it down below. I'll be happy to answer anything. Yeah. Have a great day.